journey of 1,000 websites starts with a single click. And my friend asked, is it a left click or right click? No, I'm not going to talk about that. Today, we all use internet for our day-to-day purposes. So you search for hot yoga recently, and Ken is use eHarmony a few weeks ago, and we all use it every day. However, we miss some of the important points or things of using internet. Mr. Toastmaster, distinguished members and guests, we all use wireless internet. How many of you are having a wireless at your home? Pretty much everyone? Yes, I'm having one at my home as well. Now, we have a laptop here. We have a computer, laptop, PDA, whatever you have here. We have a wireless router in your cable box, and this is your the internet world, the whole internet. It's open, it's public. What are you doing in this whole setup? Okay, you have your computer, wireless router, and your whole world. Do you know how it really flows? What kind of information is going through? What kind of protection have you done? Today, I'm going to talk about 3 important things that is you need to do or you better do. One is the prevention. The first thing is prevention. Before you do something, you make it secure or try to prevent it from happening. You know, I work in IT and IT security side. We always try to prevent from something from happening. A website is being hacked, it's a bad thing for a company. We try to prevent that before. We don't want that to happen. How many of you are trying to prevent a disease from coming in? We all do that before, right? Beforehand, we don't do that after a disease come in. We try to do more prevention. That's why there is a old saying, prevention is better than cure. Try to prevent things before getting bad. In prevention of this whole setup, the laptop, PDA or computer, your wireless and the whole world, the first thing comes to my mind is your wireless router. Most of the wireless router nowadays, they are setting up with a default configuration. A few weeks ago at my home, one of the cable company came up and they set up a wireless router, brand new, because my apartment is moving from one vendor to another, Comcast to RCN. The RCN cable guy came up, set up everything, and when he went back, that's his job, so no, I'm not going to blame him. However, when I went home, I found, okay, what's my wireless router network? 1801, my apartment number. What is the password? 1801, 1801. Okay, anybody who is trying to see my wireless ID can easily get what the password is, right? It's 1801, 1801. First thing I did is connect it to my wireless router, change the default configuration. One is every wireless router has an admin interface. Admin interface in the sense you can connect to the wireless interface and it changes the default setting. It usually you can get it from the IP address. Now you connect to it. 2 things that you need to change immediately: your login to your admin interface and the password. The second thing is your network SSID. We call it the wireless ID, which is broadcasted out to network, and then the password to it. Okay, these 2 things are mandatory. And then when you are using the password and the SSID, there are few combinations. Recently, somebody was opened the wireless openly in their network. And then my friend here told me that if you keep your wireless open, it is like giving a cup of sugar to your neighbor. I looked at him, really? giving cup of sugar to your neighbor? Let's take this analogy because I'm seeing a lot of people are using this analogy to kill a wireless freedom, right? When you give a cup of sugar to your neighbor, what happens? Either the cup will be lost or you get your cup back with the sugar. Only those two things happen. And additionally, you may get to know your neighbor. When your wireless network, somebody else get into it, you know what will happen? The FBI will knock it on one time. Worst case, it recently happened in news. You know what happened? One guy left his wireless open, and then he didn't know. It's ignorance, innocence, whatever you call it. But what happened? There is a bad guy. There was in the neighborhood. He was using this wireless to download child photography. And then the next day, it was millions of photos. And the next day, the FBI guys knocked his door. And then he has to do a lot of other things to take care of it. But finally, they know it. He was innocent based on the trials and other things. But why do you need all of those? You can prevent it before, right? Prevention is always better. So do these basic things. And I'm not covering all the gory details because we cannot cover those details in 5 to 6 minutes speak. But the importance is you need to know when you are making that single click, make it safe and secure. Mr. Toastmaster.